Hey guys, welcome back. I am Jared and I'm joined as always by Ian, my co-host, and today we are joined by Dr. Fungai Mukome. Did I say that properly?
Yes, you did.
Okay, that was only the 50th time that I've tried it, but here we are. You are involved in our chemistry department here at Jessup, so tell us a little bit about that, how it fits under the umbrella of biology, and some of the specifics, whether it's the values of the program, a mission statement if you have one, and just kind of what students can expect going into that program.
Okay. So chemistry falls under the biology major umbrella. It's a core course of the program, and it shows up in about your second year as you proceed through the degree program. We have several different tracks for chemistry. We have the pre-allied health, or we have the medical track. And so depending on what level of chemistry you require for your program, you get to encounter chemistry. So it's going to be part of the biology program.
Right. So I think a lot of times for students who are, whether it's a business major or math major, computer science, whatever it is, chemistry is one of those courses that might be a general ed course. What, for a student who is kind of focusing on chemistry, whether it's medical or just kind of more standard, what things are they doing once they graduate? Like, what if I said I wanted to be someone who, like, I guess for instance, could you go into chemistry and become a scientist? And how much does that program parallel Breaking Bad? In a sense, like that, just that life.
Hopefully not too much.
Not too much, but in the sense of, my life is now, like, whether you want to be a chemistry teacher or if you want to go into like pharmaceuticals or something like that, legal pharmaceuticals.
So the actual chemistry side of Breaking Bad.
Right.
Yeah, so it mirrors that really well. So the chemistry that we have here at Jessup, you get an opportunity to dabble into chemistry, again, like I said, depending on whether you want to go pre-allied health, or whether you want to go the medical track, or you just want to do chemistry. You get to experience all of that. And so people end up in pharmaceutical industry. We just had a student who graduated and she's going to pharmaceutical school. We have several students who've ended up doing pre-med and then have gone into medical school. We have other students who are starting to do research beyond Jessup. So chemistry falls into that realm, and we're preparing our students really well to be able to do that.
Sure.
That's awesome. What are some things about our program that are a little bit different? Maybe something that's like really special. That could be even maybe some of your favorite classes that they might take.
Well, you're asking me. You should ask the students that. But I think what's really unique about the Jessup program is that we get an opportunity to have one-on-one mentorship and contact with the students. And so I can, like I'm saying, I teach the upper divisions of the chemistry. And so I really get to know what the students want to do with taking these courses and be able to mentor them, kind of walk through the different hoops that they have to go through, and kind of help them think about what the career path they're wanting to go on, what's the best way to do it. And I think in most schools you got 400, 500 students who are taking chemistry, and there's very little one-on-one contact with the professor. And so this is different. It's very, very different. And so we can tailor, I can give individual advice, very specific advice about things that they can do with their career. So
That's great.
and that's what I think is really unique.
Yeah. So does that program, and it's probably dependent on the actual major and kind of career path that they want to go to, but within chemistry, physics, whatever it may be, is there any learning that takes place outside of the standard classroom, whether that's in the labs and the facilities that we have here, or out, in the world, whether it's internships or research assignments, things like that?
Yes, there is quite a bit of that. So we have several different internship opportunities. We've had students who've gone out and worked at local area hospitals. We've had students who've done research out in the field. So environmental science, we have environmental chemistry here at Jessup, and so we've had some students who worked at landfills. So there's a landfill just up the road, so we've had some students who are doing research right now in that area. And so there's lots of opportunities for research, for internships, and similar things in that realm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
what does landfill research look like?
Yes, that is my
Smelly.
question.
Smelly. So it entails looking at the chemistry behind what's actually happening at the landfill. So a lot of us interact with the landfill by just throwing our trash away, right?
Right.
But then that trash goes somewhere, and that's the landfill. And so what do they do with that trash? They sift through the trash, remove the plastics or the larger pieces, and then you're left with this other stuff that mostly plastic that needs to be decomposed over time. And so we bury that. And so that's the role of the landfill. And so understanding how does that plastic break down, the microbes that are involved, the impact on the environment around it, the gases that are emitted from the landfill, something that we smell quite a bit over here.
Right.
So all of those nuanced ideas and things that are responsible for this one facility that we just get to see.
Right.
So the research we do kind of looks at that.
That's really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And we have, tell me a little bit about the facilities and the labs that we have on campus and what that experience would be like for students as opposed to maybe another school.
Okay, so we have two labs, two chemistry labs. One that's leans more to the biology side of things, and one that's very much chemistry. We have organic chemistry experiments in that chemistry lab, and so we have a full 1-year program in organic chemistry. We have a full 1-year program in general chemistry, and so students get to do all the experiments that are involved in that, and then they get to play around with instruments. And so we have a GC on campus. We have an infrared spectrometer on campus. We have microscopes. We have several different other higher end instruments that students can use.
Gotcha.
Super cool.
It's pretty cool.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
We should go check it out maybe after
Yeah,
this.
you should.
Yeah. One of these days for sure. I've always wanted to know, and maybe it's not something you learn, but why when you put Mentos in Coke, it blows up.
I mean, that seems like it's chemistry, right?
Right.
Yes,
Maybe
it
More or
is.
less. Maybe that was like just my high school chemistry that like our teacher just wanted to show us things that would turn into foam and blow up. But
I mean, maybe. Yeah, let's go talk to your teacher too.
Yeah.
Can we go do that afterwards? We got some Cokes.
Definitely,
That'd be
we can do that, and we can explain the chemistry behind that.
there you go.
That'd be great. Maybe a YouTube video after that.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, what are some, obviously you talked a little bit about pharmaceuticals or stuff like that. What are some other like practical majors, or not majors, but jobs after Jessup that students could get if they were to do chemistry?
So graduate school is one that comes up quite a bit, where
Okay.
people can continue and do research within the chemistry realm. Pharmaceuticals, like I said, going into medical research, going into environmental science, like consulting or conservation work. Those are some things that people do. Some other people go out and teach. So there's several different ways that you can use the degree and go beyond Jessup. Yeah.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
So one question that I have that we kind of ask everyone, if you have a student that's coming to Jessup that maybe doesn't know what they want to do, we have a lot of students that come in, they're undecided, they haven't picked a major yet. What would a degree in biology, and specifically a concentration going towards chemistry, why would that be a good option for somebody just on a multitude of levels to explore? If they don't maybe have one thing or the other that they're passionate about, why would you say, hey, here's why you should do chemistry?
Well, I think a degree in biology gives you like a canvas for an avenue in many different ways. And then a concentration in chemistry, again, like I said, gives you different career options. And so coming in, even if you're undecided, you get an opportunity to say, I'm interested in science, and so I'll take a degree in biology, and then I'll concentrate in chemistry because I'm also interested in that realm.
Right.
And so you get a period of time to kind of feel your way through about what am I really interested in, or where's my passion. And then the really cool thing, like I said about Jessup, is that you get professors who will be able to sit down and chat with you about this is where I see you going, and if this is your interest, this is the path that you want to follow. And so, so typically at other schools you get an advisor or a career advisor doing it. Whereas now you have a professor who says, hey, I see you're interested in this. I know so-and-so who could get you this or
Right.
connect you in this way. And so, yeah, that's very different.
Yeah, it's one of the benefits of having a smaller school, more individualized education.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we got one more question for you, fun guy.
All right.
What is your favorite thing about Jessup overall?
I think I've alluded to it and we kind of talked about it, but just the one-on-one interaction with students. Like I said, I can sit here and tell you stories about all the students who've come through my classes, and each one of them has a story to tell, and each one of them is on their own individual path. And I've had an opportunity to really be able to speak into them and kind of guide them or help them navigate through what they're trying to go through. And then now to be sitting here and kind of looking back and saying, hey, yeah, they made it, and that's amazing. And to be able to steward them through that is beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, and it kind of just plays to that whole side of, we say at Jessup, you're a name, you're not a number.
Right.
And for us, success looks like, what are you doing 10 years from now?
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so it's, what you say about every student having a story and their own path. It's really, I just think that's like one of the most rewarding parts of all of our jobs is looking back at who have I affected, who have I taught, and who have I impacted to go forward and, be a voice in the community that they're going into. So
Absolutely. Well, Fun Guy, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for what you do for our students. It's a true blessing to have you here. For those listening, thank you for watching. If you'd like to know more about Fun Guy and about his awesome major and with chemistry and biology, please let us know in the comments below. Also, if you'd like to hear about a different major or concentration, please let us know. We would love to have an interview with that staff on campus and get you some information. If you'd like some more information directly, please email us at Jessup Admissions. Or go to our website at jessup.edu/admissions. We would love to give you some more information. Thanks, guys.
see you next time.